When you are holding the guitar in the classical playing position and have the correct neck support and thumb placement, then you are ready to start fretting. Fretting is a technique of placing your fingertips on the fretboard to make a sound. You can fret individual strings or you can fret chords. The most important thing when you start fretting is to make sure that the nails on your left hand are trimmed, because we need to be using the fingertips. Many beginners make the mistake of using this part here, but that's not the part we want to use. We want to use the tip. It helps clear the neighboring strings and give you a nice and clear sound. This is particularly important when you start to play chords. If you're a beginner and you have a lot of muted strings and buzzing strings, then make sure that you are using your fingertips and clearing all the neighboring strings. This is not correct. Also notice how the finger is bending out, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that your finger is bent in all the joints, like this, curved, and that you're using the tip of the finger. This is the correct way to fret. The next thing is finger placement. Here we have the guitar frets, and they are separated by these metal fret bars. You want to place your fingertip right on the fret, next to the metal fret bar, but not directly on it. A little bit of the fretboard should be showing. Next, you apply pressure, but not too much. What you can do is you can put the finger on the fretboard using the fingertip and then release. Keep releasing until you get a buzz. And then start applying pressure very gently until it stops buzzing. And that's the correct amount of pressure that you need to be applying, because many beginners press too hard into the fretboard. That's okay, that's quite normal, but remember, apply less pressure to get the optimal sound. And that's why you need to be using the tip of the finger, and you need to be placing the finger right next to the metal fret bar. There. You can also be placing your finger in the middle, but that's not optimal. Placing it towards the top here is going to require too much pressure, and it's going to create a buzz. So if you want to make sure that you are creating clear, beautiful sounds on the fretboard, then make sure to use your fingertips. This also applies when you play chords. It applies especially when you play chords, because if you haven't learned how to fret properly with single notes, then playing chords is going to give you too many muted strings and buzzing strings. So learning how to play individual notes and fretting correctly to get clear, beautiful sounds is important in order to get clear, beautiful chords later on. Another thing to note is your wrist position. A lot of beginners, especially if you're holding the guitar in the casual position, and you can check out my other video on guitar playing positions and why I prefer the classical guitar position. But in this casual position, the wrist is bent in an unnatural way. You can see it sticking out and it's not very comfortable. Of course, when you're trying to play these lower notes, your wrist is going to need to bend out a little bit more to reach them. If you use the fingertips, if you have the correct thumb placement behind the neck, and if you're holding the guitar sitting in the classical position, then having good left hand techniques should be quite easy to achieve. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you need help with, what you struggle with, and what other guitar tutorials I can record for you. I'd love to hear what you think, I'd love to hear what you struggle with, and I'm here to help you best way I can. I'm passionate about fingerstyle guitar, and I love helping beginners learn this beautiful instrument. My name is Inga Hope. I'm a singer-songwriter, a fingerstyle guitarist, and I'm a professional guitar teacher. I have been teaching guitar to beginners of all levels and ages for over 10 years. I run an online guitar school called Gentle Guitar. My teachers and I, we teach Skype lessons live online. So no matter where in the world you are, if you need help playing the guitar, or if you want to learn to play beautiful fingerstyle guitar, then you know where to find us. Go to gentleguitar.com and book a Skype lesson.